button for me, and we gotta dive to this video. Donald Trump will destroy America. America will never become great again. Now let's get to this topic. A president in free fall while Trump political collapse put America in real danger. Trump collapsing presidency resembles a room, wild animal, dangerous, and desperate. This analysis exposed the risks and the urgent needs for Democrat actions. So we look on a poll, when we look in the colony, 33 approval rates, 67 disapprove. In healthcare, the approve rate is 34%, and the disapprove rate is 65%. Immigration, you see, 42%, and 57% disapprove. Now we can look to the federal governments. 33% approve out of 67 disapprove. Now, this summary, you see, the president collapsing poll numbers. The governmency and escalations, political desperation resembles danger of a room wild animal. We see Trump's economic failures, forging policies, and this is why I say America is losing friendships throughout the world. Friendship is speeding our doom. America is losing power in the Middle East. This is why Trump is trying to go to the Middle East to shake things up. And we look at this. Manufactured crisis threaten the countries. Americans across generations must reclaim Democrat powers through decisive civil actions. Trump faced historical disapproval, credibility, and declining support even amongst Republicans. Administration failures in the economy, immigrations, and healthcare are driving national discontent. The president forged post-touring, including military escalations near Venezuela, is a distraction from domestic crisis. Corporate powers that deepen because of Trump has weakened government protections. A nationwide Democrat wave is needed to secure proof, majorities, and restore functional governmency. So it says here, a broken presidency cannot be repaired by a corporate. So it says, according to reports, it says America must reject fear-mongering, demand real economic stewardships, and insist on governances that prioritize people over power. Now, Trump presidency is collapsing. This is why America will never become great again. He is a leader who political and is using his authority to dehumanize American. So it says, according to reports, have become both dangerous and destabilizing, with approval rating seeking to historic low and public confidences in its handling of the economy, immigration, and healthcare, according to reports. So now, these are the days of trouble that we see that's coming here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, when it comes to the days of trouble, have now come to us from Almighty God Allah. See, the God is the real owner, we see, of the heavens and earth. See, Allah, God created for himself a heaven. And then he let it out, we see, to a foreigner, right race, for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. This is why God will allow Trump to be president. Because the fulfillment you see that's happening. Now, they have proved unworthy of such glorious creations. And now the God who is the owner of this heaven and earth is ready to take over and rule it for himself. Never no more, and I mean never no more, will the earth nor the heavens or earth be let out to non-owners. They have proved unworthy of such glorious creations. And now the God who is owner of this heaven and earth is ready to take over and rule it for himself. Never no more will the earth nor the heavens or earth be let out to non-owners. There's a great wisdom taught to us, and that new creatures, right race, tried in knowledge, are mastering that which they was not made to master, which we knew when we made them, that they will not be able to master the original creation for long. For as long as we, the black people, are of the planet, there is no new creatures that could be put in order for ruling, that which we already have, and we are in it. It is such a wise piece of work that has been done. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the originator of this creation is just. There is no comparison anywhere to make. There is no such thing that the originator can put the planet aside out of the hole and let someone else take over. This race we see, the right race, had not been successful in ruling according to their will and according to a real owner. For the right race have to use the original materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which the white man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since the white man continued to make trouble, we see, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out trying to live with the white man in peace. The nature we see of the white man is ever causing unrest among himself and amongst us too. The white man cannot make peace for himself because we see of his nature today. Today, God had decided that we, the black people, cannot get along with the white man in peace, and that white man must be removed. The white race wants to remove us, the black people, but in order for the white man to remove us, the black man, he will have to remove the whole entire heavens and make the heaven and earth anything like life. And then from a void, we have to just start all over again and create life. For the life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have established it. Therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that a new life come in. we will have to rid the space of life, which belonged to us, the black man. And when the space was rid of life that we, the black people, have created, another one will have to create life of its own making. We, the poor black people here in America, must be changed into a new and different people altogether. So Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me. But now the complete make of us will be renewed from what we are in now, and we call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a complete new thing for man and earth, the heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing, not a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from, at this time. The thing that Allah God would like to do now and will do is to destroy the work of the devil. And the devil would like to destroy God's work, what God has created. The devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil has no part in the creation of this first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay a hold to the power that will destroy the first work of God. The main thing which I keep mentioning enough to make you disgust is something for the black man in America who has spent his life long and sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as the black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. Allah God wants to put the black man back into power. The way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again to master power after giving the black man the authorities. Look at the poor, once pitiful black man in America. Look how he strives to reach for himself and is now making a fast progress. And that God leads for him to understand. The black man conversation has changed. The black man way of thinking has changed. His astrophysical form has changed. It's a great thing that has come to this black man in America. So the black man in America is getting happier and happier. It's not hard for this black man in America to get rich, for he's getting rich from his own wisdom. See, no one has given him anything. As the Bible teach you of the Son, no one gave into him. But he's getting rich so fast that God chose the Son to become the head of the house that he has strayed away from. See, no one came to us. See, no one aided the poor man Lazarus. See, if we go to America to ask her for $100 billion, she'll turn a deaf ear to us. See, our fathers made a way and built this country, made it suitable for them. And we got laughed and kicked and treated like an unwanted dog here. Now, when it comes to the future of the black man, it's so beautiful that we can hardly comprehend it. The biggest thing that stands before us is qualification and readiness. Let us get qualified to master the house that God has given to us before someone tried to rob us of that master in the house. If they rob us of the master in the house, I'm sorry for us. I said to you, black brothers and black sisters, do not be foolish. The kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. But to get the house into our service, it's like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he is in. As the baby mature in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world that the black man must build himself. These are the days of trouble. that's coming here to America. With the end of the rule of the white race over the black people of earth and sight, face to face, we have to deal with each other according to the actual facts, which exists between the two nations, black and white, with the nature and desire of the right race to continue their rule, their suggestion of the darker people, even though the white man recognized the facts, will continue to try to hold on to his rule, his suggestion, his thinking of what he has inquired under such rule, that which is his. He cannot give up the prey, his concessions, the merchandise, which he has explicit out from under the nose and eyes of the real owners, the black man. He's not willing to give up his possession. See, you see, Pharaoh, he's not willing to give up his political party. Sooner or later, America will have to give this up. And it says he is willing to shed the blood of his own people and that of others to hold into that, which he called his legal possessions. The spirit arose, and the black man says no, that the continent and what is on under its surface belong to him and his people, black nations. The spirit and knowledge is now not only confined to Africa and Asia. The black, brown, yellow people, but it actually is now arising an American so-called Negro, the true lost and found brothers of the black man throughout the earth, whether it be Africa or Asia. He is the brothers of them all. It is desire of the right race to continue to hold power and authorities over black Africa, whether it be elsewhere. They would just have to give it up. England, Germany, and Italy, and France, especially England and France, and Stellarton, Germany, seem to be diehards. So the white man will be acting wisely if they will realize that one day, sooner or later, they must pack up and leave because of what's approaching. They tell you some comment, they tell you a UP or a UPA, excuse me, pardon me there. They tell you about a three-eyed atlas. But what's approaching on this earth is very serious. See, the Lord comes with thousands of his holy ones. This is personal. This is something that they taking heed in. So now they must just pack up and leave because they can't just carve you out a future. So it says, wherefore, I quote the Bible prophecy concerning the separation of nations again today as it was before. You see, every man must go to his own. See, this is a clear and most direct justice that God and man could agree upon. See, the white man cannot live in luxury unless he has this black man in his place of possessions and suggestion to his will. But as I repeatedly says in this paper and all of my writings, you cannot make God and his prophet liars, nor can we reverse the time of the prediction in which these things will take place. So the time have come. So over 80 years now, government been lying to you. You got all these astronomers, all these meteorologists and scientists can't tell you what's out there. So I'm telling you, and I want to reason with y'all because there's 92 of you on this live. Know that I love you. But what they not specifying, they can't tell you the truth. Even these people that get paid for YouTube, they can't tell y'all this truth. No, this is not a comet. And no, this is not a three-eyed atlas. This is an alien probe. This is an alien invasion. See, y'all gotta understand, America got all her artilleries she can boast about, destroying continents. But she don't have the things what the Most High has. See, God comes. And when he comes in the evening. He comes in through a thief of a night. Now, they know this prophecy. They know this fulfillment longer than what you knew. But they was not expecting that it would come as you see. And I'm here to say, let it not be 20, 15, 10 years you think you have. The fall of America could be within a few days. Now, this is nothing but justice that God has come to deliver us. That we have possessions of what is our own. Now, the white man is conscious of the fact that he had deceived the black man of the knowledge of the black man and his possessions. But that particular authority was given divinely temporarily, but by the same divinity, it is now being taken by the white race. So the white race is facing doom because she will not act according to justice and righteousness, which was not by nature put in her. But this is known, and we see her race is frightened concerning her future, as we see here in America. This is why Revelation 18 verse 4 says, "Come out of her, my people." You cannot learn from her. You cannot learn from her ways. You got to come out from this satanic. Because the white man recognized his coming doom. And many of them would rather die here than to go elsewhere outside of America to try to defend what they call their own independent servitude. You see, some are willing to pour gasoline over themselves and commit suicide by setting themselves on fire. See, this is a very new and open act of a people who want every other people, black, brown, yellow, red on earth, to fight their wars and save their independence. A ruthless people like America, you see, England and Germany should be ashamed in this modern time to look for these people when they have robbed, killed, murdered, and brought under by force. To think that today they should be so soundly asleep that they ignore the time and authority that they can unite as the Europeans have been doing against black Africa and brown and yellow Asia. As the book says to the white race, "As thou hast done, so shall it be done to you, a man weak with his souls." See, the white man must return to Europe and concentrate on that continent for his future, or else concentrate on his death instead of his life, where they can no longer rule the black man. The black man now knows where his home is, and he's now rising up to take possession of that which is his. America's doom, fear. Allah and a person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, for finding and offers to sit us in heaven at once. Our submission to him entirely. We fear the doom of America that is now cutting her to pieces. The prophecy teaches us that our doom will come in one day. Death, mourning came in one day. One day means 1 year. Even after that, she should be burned with fire. Divine prophecy is that America will suffer isolation from the nation of this earth. The revelation of John, of the Bible prophesies of America's doom. We see America is spoken of under the savage name. We see a beast, dragon, who opposed the messenger of God, and all those who seeks to follow him. Beast, dragon are the name used to represent America because of their nature and the characteristics of these people, evil and haters of his black one slaves. The beast, dragon, controls women seeking to destroy the messengers and his followers, the new converts. The messenger of Allah is referred to as a woman with a newborn baby, with a victorious beast-like enemy trails her, the messenger of God, everywhere that he goes. The beast does this to prevent the messengers and his followers from making progress and making friends with his own black people, who will help the messenger to convert and unite his black people, not only the United States of America, but the whole world of the black nations, to unite and fly out of our enemies who seeks to destroy and kill you and me night and day, does not just mean leaving America, but it means also to lead the ideologically all that America represents, this sexual indoctrination. And the nation, we see Europe and Asia stood far away, all for fear of a burning USA, fear of a divine plague. To you, my black brothers and sisters, the end is now. Who said that you were going any place? Heaven and hell are both a condition of life. They are not places. The devil make hell for you. And God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, makes heaven for you and me. America has her own doom. The ultimate aim of this world should be known to everyone, especially the righteous. We are classified the righteous as being the people who belong to the right God. The God of righteousness, truth, freedom, justice, and equality of the nation of righteousness. Today, the so-called American Negro must be resurrected and made to know, understand the fate of anyone who will follow or be deceived by the arch deceivers. The strongest and most powerful weapons the arch deceiver have at the disposal is to deceive the world of righteousness, the nation of Islam. They do not stop at the common ignorant Muslims, but reach also for the scholars and scientists of Islam who should be aware of their trickery and deceits. We are in a world that's passing out of existence, and she is putting up a fight war to try to destroy the nation of righteousness. Be aware, to try to oppose the success of Allah's truth only has the doom of falsehoods and its teachers. The world of evil makes its first attack on the world of righteousness, thereby clearly showing herself as being an enemy of righteousness. When she thinks that she has built up a strong enough force to attack the righteous, she does so with, as I said before, hasten her own doom. Falsehood cannot be victorious over the truth in the days of truth. See, the resurrection is the day of truth. The resurrection is the day of truth as the trump over falsehood. The arch deceiver forced war against himself. The ultimate aim is to do as the people already has done, to try to destroy the preachers of truth and those who believe and follow him. See, this was the aim of Cain when he slayed his brother Abel, and the aim of the dragon when he sought to destroy the woman, the messengers, as it is written in Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. The lost found members of that nation should be taught to know the ultimate aim of this world. God has visited them and have prepared to teach them, thereby making it easy for them to understand and recognize this world and its secret ultimate aim. It is even given in the Bible in Revelation 12:9. There it speaks of the members belonging to the righteous nation and show that through deceits, Satan calls them to become as himself against the truth, peace, justice, safety, security. One who enjoyed if he only was not deceived. Under deceits, the weak mind who had no understanding or knowledge of the arch deceivers. The devil, Satan, are made prey in the hands of the arch deceivers. This will bring about war as a showdown between the God of righteousness and the God of unrighteousness, the devil, that already had begun. God must fulfill his promise to show himself as God over all power of heaven and earth, and man on earth, as it is written, Thessalonians chapter 2:9. He comes after working as Satan. See, Satan had been given the power of knowledge and authorities to deceive as many as he could before the appearance of God, or the universal manifestation of the presence of God. He was given this power in the beginning according to chapter 2 and 7 of the Holy Quran, according to the Bible in Genesis 1:26, Revelation 6:4-8, Revelation 12:3-4. We have known all our life that the devil was a great deceiver, an enemy of God, and that he wished to be the victorious with his knowledge of superior art and deceiving the people of God. He desired to cast them down, disgrace them, and make them accept his deceits before the very face of God and the general resurrection of the dead. The so-called American Negro, as I have repeatedly taught in my article, sermon, and lecture to my people, are spiritually dead. They have been touched and paralyzed to death by the arch deceiver through his missionary teachings, his literature, his personal conversations, and by accepting his advices. God has given to me a very strong truth that will defend and protect and prevent you from falling victims to the arch deceivers. Read these and treasure them. They are your life. Ignore them. It is your death. The great days we see and the terrible days. We must not forget how we are warned by prophecies for 100 years and for 1,000 years that an end must come to this world. The ruler of this world must be removed. A crown must be taken off and placed upon another head. They will rule in justice and righteousness. The people of this world have now become so wicked, we see, and so fearful of the consequences of their own rule until the almost thoughtless vision is gone, and the fearfulness have taken hold of the people. Their heads is going to unfold to the nations of the earth to find a way of peace between the heads of nations. A great time, a terrible sometime, a terrible time. The hearts of the people are beginning to weak and to fail. Because of what is going on, you see, and what they see is coming. American people have lived so rich, so joyfully, and wickedness we see, murder, robbery, and hatred of one another, until they have hardened their hearts so much that they are made to think that they can make friends and live on with those upon whom they have no mercy. They crushed all weak nations of this earth with their powers and brought them to the clutches of slavery. They forced other nations to bow. They pushed their borders around the earth as the kings did in his day and time. But in those days, the king boasts, let's think over it. England made that same boast. England used to boast that the sun did not set on an empire. Take a look at England today. There is no British empire for the sun and the moon to set on. This morning, May 30, 1972, the radio news announcer said that they found mines in Chicago River. Just make it all together more frightening. If a mine should blow a ship up in the city limits, it would be dangerous to the life of the people. Just think over this. The Chicago River runs through the downtown sections of Chicago, Illinois. No one wants to frighten the people more. But the frightening the people sometimes does good. The great days, the terrible days. People are just being shot down on the streets, right in their homes or while walking the streets. They are blown down as though their life are nothing. The great days, the terrible days. America dreaded destiny. American people have been here, according to the history, since a few years after Columbus, the explorers. She conquered the Red Indians, the original owners of the land, who she found here and took it for a home for herself and kind. She had continued conquering until her conquering powers have gone around the earth, affecting every civilized nation's submission to her will. She was successful in forcing other people to bow to her will, whether they like it or not. Now it is the hands of God, which is after America, to force her into submission. A hand from which we have no defense, as it is written prophesied in the Bible, on the name of Babylon. Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I'm against you, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroy all the earth. And I'll stretch out my hands upon you, roll you down from the rock, and make you a burnt mountain. Jeremiah 51:53 says, though Babylon shall mount up to heaven, though she shall fortify the heights of her strength, yet from me shall spoils come into her, said the Lord. America is under a destruction similar to that of ancient Babylon. In the Bible, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Revelation, John prophesies concerning her. Babylon there mentioned is the future Babylon, and not Babylon of the past. America has enslaved all of the so-called Negro, and her evil mistreatment of them is similar to ancient Babylon enslavement, mistreatment of the Jews, according to the scriptures. He took the hands of God, bringing the kings of Babylon and his people into submission to the power of God. He brought the surrounding kings and their power against ancient Babylon in their prime, the heights of her glory, the handwriting on the walls, casting it down and his followers into the furious furnace, making drunk the people of God with their strong wine and then mocking them. So has America done to the so-called Negro. America makes them drunk with wine and whiskey, beer, and then laugh at him. See, America offers you wine, beer, whiskey, alcohol. And this is why they sell it at a cheaper price, especially on these holidays. People will rush to the store and buy up so much liquor And this is why she made all the world drink from her fornication. She put him into the furnace, laugh at him while sitting around with her families, drinking this intoxicant drink and laughing at the flesh of God's people. You see, there is no justice whatsoever. As Revelation gives it, she made all the world drink of the wine of her fornication. But the end is coming to such evil doing, we see. America have lived in peace so far as forging wars is concerned. She had destroyed other people in their towns and cities. She had leveled down to the ground. She's still prepared to do the same with her great stockpiles. She says she have enough bombs and destructive weapons to destroy all human beings on the face of the earth 3 times. And still have some left. Of this she boasts. By a lie, God has said to me that he will destroy America and will bring her to her knees in humiliation. The destruction sent to ancient Babylon, recorded in the Bible, is the answer to most of what he has said to me will come upon the now rich America. Rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, fire. These weapons all belong to God. America, how do you fight an army like this? The 4 mentioned weapons of Allah God cannot be ignored. The whole year have been a year thou far of Allah God pledging America, day and night, with storms we see, rain, flood, killing and destroying properties. And now the coming winter, hell have been falling in some places, you see, the size of golf balls, baseballs, and footballs. The rain continued to fall in places, and a dreadful snow blizzard is now in the working. A cold wind is brewing in the north to come against America, as it is written, prophesied, we see in Job 38, 22 and 23. Have you entered into the treasure of the snow? Or have you seen the treasures of hell, which I have reserved it against this time of trouble, against this day of battle and war? Earthquakes are now again to be recognized, touching America lightly, but nevertheless, they are here. With all of her wealth and preaching of Christianity, she had not been a good Christian herself. And Jeremiah says, arise, get you up into this wealthy nations that dwelt without care, said the Lord, which has neither gates nor bars, which dwelt alone. This corresponds to America. She lives situated between the 2 greatest bodies of water of the earth, the Atlantic and Pacific. And she is very careless. She rejoices in her evil filth as though she is self-protected from the divine hands of God. Jeremiah 50:31 prophesied, behold, I'm against you. Most proud, said the Lord of hosts, your days has come. Time that I will visit you. Allah God visit America with great destruction, which he hath to pour upon this wicked of America. After the mistreatment of the so-called Negro, for 400 years she desired now to deceive them and to cause them to suffer with her and share her doom. See Jeremiah 50 verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. The shepherd hath caused them to go astray. The white and black preachers of Christianity have turned them away on the mountain. They have gone from the mountains to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, their native people and country. Jeremiah 50:7, all that found them have devoured them. And their adversary says, we fear not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Since this white man had made the so-called Negro as wicked a person as himself, now these are the words that he speaks. They are just as evil as we. Therefore, Allah God is against them too. The so-called Negro repeat the same and says the white man is no worse than the so-called Negro. The white man has opened all of his doors and avenues of temptation to lure the Negro in for total destruction. Again, we have a warning to be a people with whom God is angry, as the people of ancient Babylon was warned to do. Jeremiah 51:45. My people, go out of the midst of her and deliver every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. And all of the pledge, destruction, and judgment which Allah God used to destroy the wicked and disobedient from the time of Adam until this day will be brought upon America. Then she will be burned with fire. It's the time of trouble that shall bring America into insanity. The dreadful time you see of America, especially North America, have entered into a time that was predicted by Moses, the prophet, between him and Jesus in the 24th chapter of Matthew. There's a prophecy made by Jesus of the present time of America. If I mention her name, it referred to the country as a world, because this part of the earth is referred to in many places by the prophet and by Jesus himself as a wilderness. This name, America, is not yet 500 years old. So the prophet refers to it as a wilderness in a prophecy. It is terrific. I use the word terrible because it is not a thing that can be described as something now, or something that is moving slowly, nor something that can be recognized so easily by the common people. It's clear to all who can see that America has reached the stage about which she has always had been warned. She always had wanted to keep it a secret because of her so-called Negro slaves. She never desired for the slave to know too much of what was in store for her because of enslaving and mistreating her slave. She had weared them for the past 400 years, and she knows them. She knows how they think and how they react to her teachings. And she knows the fear of her, and she knows the slave. But slaves do not know America, their slave masters. The great, dreadful, and awful day's doom is now in the doors and windows of America. The church, the religion of America. As long as Christianity works, America thought she was safe, because we see it is one of the most deceiving and upright misleading religions of the world. Allah God taught me that if carefully examining everything in the religion of Christianity is designed to make slaves out of black people. If Christianity was a red rag wrung out, every drop would write slavery for the black man. Now, the world knows this now, but the spiritually blind, deaf, dumb American so-called Negro, to whom I'm calling and appealing to reason. Call them to reason with me on the truth and their own starvation, that is now in truth of self and kind, of the enemy of self. There will not be an end to the carcasses between black and white America and throughout the world until wrong, evil, murder, deceiving, robbing the poor black man of the earth is destroyed, and righteousness and justice are practiced. This is the day of God Almighty to set up justice and equality throughout the earth. He is to free the black man, the American, so-called from his deceitful, evil, and murderous enemies. America wished to oppose the law of God and his work of bringing justice and freedom to our one slave. But this is just what our God wants. He wants America to attack him to get the fight started, to bring his judgment against her with the fullness of his strength and power. See, when the wicked think that they can prosper, when they can never prosper. See, when the wicked think that they are mighty in God, when they think that they can thwart his plan and purpose till he comes, who right it is to rule. And I want to say to y'all, because there's 73 of you guys here, I want to say this. I want y'all to hear me. Never no more. And I mean, never no more will the earth be let out to these non-owners, because they have proved to you already that they was not successful at it. And see, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2:11. This is why God sent a powerful delusion, so that people will believe all lies. You will hear all these fabricated stories and you believe in the deception, his lies, his trickery, his tactic to keep the world in his hands. This is why I say you must come out of her, my people. Because America is starting you with unemployment. See, you don't have the money that you used to have to buy the food that you used to eat. All of the food that you buy and seeing is chemical process, chemical use. So now I say this. When it comes to America, America wishes to oppose Allah God and his work of bringing justice and freedom to our one slave. But this is just what Allah God wants. Wants America to attack him to get this fight started and to bring his judgment against her with the fullness of his strength and powers. America is bringing about the political gloom. Here we see the politicians are unable to carve out a future for America. See, the plan of deceiving the so-called Negro politician to work against their own freedom, justice, and equality, starvation that Allah God has brought to them is making the so-called Negro and high office become the enemies of his own people, freedom, justice, and equality. Such office are held out as a bribe to get black politicians to work against the spread of the truth of their starvation. They are happy, and their boss knows that they are, to have a place near him in such office just for the purpose of trying to oppose Allah and his messengers and freeing the poor black man who is in the mud. This is causing the political confusion and complete destruction we see of the house divided against itself. I'm asking in the name of Allah that the American governments agree on the separation of our one slave and their masters. Of course, Allah God is significant. We want a home on this earth we can call home. We do not want to be slaves anymore to white people. We do not want to be free Uncle Toms for white people. We want to do something for self and go for self. However, America with her blind, deaf, dumb politician class, the so-called, will bring a swift destruction upon their heads along with their doom that is enviable against the enemies. It is not 20 years in the future, nor 15 years. Let no one deceive you. It is here at our doors. Now, the dreadful plagues and confusion of America are beginning to boil. The few making it boil will not freeze until it boils down to the last of the dregs. The present promise of a better future that America is making to the so-called Negro will be false. And all of her false promises to the American so-called Negro will be short lives by both, because the time of her doom has approached. America will have to do a marvelous thing of justice, a square deal to turn it back, a fascinating show, a tempting iniquity to filth, and evil will not work. It takes justice to work, to postpone the dreadful days of America. America lost a war. Friendship is speeding her doom. Delude before the storm. See, I'm afraid for you, brothers and sisters, that you receive what the people before you did receive. Allah God is very angry with white America and the trichology that she used on the dead to keep them dead. You are very disappointed to Allah God, to the original black man who knows himself, a very few of course. The false show we see of a glorious future that the wicked is putting on is at hand. You must remember Daniel prophecy that the end of the war, desolation are determined. Before this happened, Allah God will bless the people with a good time, as he did the people of the past, who wronged themselves, who did not pay attention to the prophet warning amongst them. Allah God destroys them. They thought that they were fooling Allah God, but Allah God surprised them. He made the people rejoice for a short time, with a show of great prosperity, and at the heights of their great prosperity suddenly he destroys them. This is the merciful law that Allah has put in nature. Allah God let a dying person rally before the end. You see, America is going through the same. You see, America will rally and people will think that she's going to have a great future. And then the end will come in that kind of time. America end will not come while she's going around with her head hanging down, for heart itching and failing, because of the things that we see that are coming on her nations. No, she will be made to enjoy good times. The stock market is going up, and lots of shares being sold. See, this make any man thinks that everything is all right, but this is only the delude before the storms. And the Bible warns America of what happened before her. Ancient Babylon enjoyed full ruling position at her time, but King Darius came against her at the time of her full enjoyment of wealth, drunkenness, and laughing at the slave that she had made of Israel. King Darius came with his army and overcame the sleeping guards who were sleeping on the security of their life. The Bible prophesies the enemy will say, "Come, let us go up and destroy her whose cities is not fenced in. And they will come from afar. It may come at noonday, or it may come at the rising in the morning, or in the afternoon, but nevertheless, they will come at a time that you thought not. At the war and to the end of the war, desolations are determined, and that determination shall be poured upon the desolate. The Bible, Daniel 9:26 and 27. I want you to know that that which will be poured means it is the vibration of you, America. If you ever getting back into power again to attack the nations of this earth, see, Europe will become one of the worst war areas of all the world, more dreadful than Vietnam and other places that you are planning on going into. Asia will look like child play when compared to what is going to happen in Europe. The prophet says, whom to the land that shallows with rings. This means America, whose skies is filled with plains. Most of all of the judgment and trouble which are pointed at in the Bible are pointed at America. Study them for yourself. America right up today, with all of her battles with her outside enemy, never lose sights. And inside of her poor old black slave, she never desired to do what's good. She does not want him to do anything. She wants him to be deceived. She does not want him to accept his starvation. A lot of guys offering this black one slave here in America. A lot of guys offering the black one slave heaven at once. This he had proven to everyone that believe in Allah, God, and follow me. I am the door. By no means you can get by except you come by me. Your prayers will not be heard unless my name is mentioned in them. I'm saying that you cannot get a prayer through Allah, God, unless you mention me in your prayers. Try it and see it. I'm satisfied that those who know this will bear me witness. I have the keys to your starvation. I have the keys to your hell. I can if you just let me pull you out of hell and set you into heaven. Then I can keep you in heaven, or I can keep pushing and push you to this punishment of hell till you acknowledge that there is no God but God, to whom praise are due forever, and that Elijah Muhammad is his servant. There is no escape for you today. The only way is through me, is through Allah God. Me first, for you cannot get to Allah God without getting to me first. The deluge before the storm. America is trying with all of her might to hinder you from getting into heaven. America makes promises to you. She makes promises to me. But she does not intend to fulfill them. Some American financial people promise to loan them millions of dollars. But when it comes time to do so, they vanish. But a day will come when we will be able to do the same things to them. It is entirely up to them to make good this day for themselves and their people by submitting to the truth as themselves, as the Bible says, the Gentiles shall come to the light of your rising. America wants to destroy God and me. She wants to destroy you by deceiving you against following me. America lift up all my hypocrites and advise you to follow them, while she knows that you will be the losers. Look what she have done for Malcolm. America named universities after him in order for you to follow Malcolm. See, Malcolm turned from Allah, God, and me, started to follow them. America will lift up any one of you that will disobey Allah, God, and myself and come to them. See how they are doing. Everyone is a hypocrite to Allah, God, and me. America raised them up for you to follow. America will glorify his name. See, Malcolm was no lover of white people. When he lied to them in order to get a chance to fight me. But he was not a lover of them. See, Malcolm was a double crosser. He tried to get to me with the help, as it is written and prophesied that he would do. The name is not written there in the name of Malcolm. In the history, another name is used, but his work is there in the history of the hypocrites, the life of Muhammad. He tried to take advantage while Muhammad was sick. You find this in the writing of Washington, Irving, and even some scientist writers of Islam that can tell you Malcolm history. But the enemy fools you. He did not like Malcolm. But with Malcolm working against me, he used Malcolm. He knew that Malcolm had learned the history of me, and he was not able to change it. And even if the enemy would glorify them, they will come to a nothing. But the time as a ruling power over black people is up. They knew that better than Malcolm did. They set up for worship all hypocrites against me. Suppose we would worship China and Russia against them. But we do not worship them, for Allah, God is most significant, more significant than all their nations. Allah, God does not see them as a power and force against him. They are so little and weak in their powers. They cannot fight against Allah, God, and win. The more you fight against Allah, God, the more you lose yourself. From the Bible and from this chapter and from now on, if you do not know that he is tricking you, but making you to follow hypocrites, it is your doom. Just watch it. He trusts me. He goes down to Bahamas and everywhere that he thinks that I'm going or where I have been. This is written. I do not fault him for doing what is written of him. I try to do that which is written of me. I do not fault him for what he is made by nature to do, nor should he fault me for what by nature I am. But I fault you to let this little transgressor of this life and our enemy deprive you of a good future for yourself. We can buy hospitals and places to educate and train our people into the superior education of the nation of earth. But you rather give your money over to white Americans and let them spend it on what they want to, and they pay you little interest. We offer interest too, the highest interest, but you do not trust us. So we were built right along without your help. We are going to be the winners. It's prophesied that we who believe will be the winners. And my work that was prophesied of me before I was born, you see it today. Try and find a successful one who is working in opposition to me. None of you who are trying to aid the devil against me will be successful in doing so. The devil knows that. He's not trying to do these things himself, only with you. He knows that he will not be successful in stopping my progress. Not him, nor 7 times his number. As long as I'm with Allah God, he is with me, and that will be all the days of my life.